Hi everyone, welcome to Mystical Creatures. My name is Avalon Crystal. I am the COO of Mystical Creatures. I'm here to talk to you today about battle buffs. Now that we're all battling, I'm going to tell you how you can get a slight advantage over someone, and that's by using a battle buff. How do you find a battle buff or get a battle buff? Well, these are blueprints that you find while digging. Now, digging has totally been updated. It's a whole lot quicker to dig. And so if you haven't tried digging before, I would definitely suggest that. I have a whole YouTube video on how to dig. Go check that out if you've never done it before. We're assuming that we've already got the battle buffs. I'm going to talk about what they do and how to use them. The first battle buff we're going to talk about is Flask. I happen to have one of every flask right here. So there is the flask of water, flask of recovery, flask of intimidation, flask of air, flask of fire, and flask of earth. Let's talk about how we're going to use the flask. The first thing we need is our HUD, and let's go ahead and go over to the battling page. You're going to click the flask. You see that you have two options here. There is use. Choosing this option, it is going to add it to our flask box right here on our battling HUD. A flask will last 24 hours and you can switch it at any time. This is a one-time use item. So as you can see, as I used that flask, it disappeared. If you choose the recycle option and you have the recycler out, it will recycle the flask and give you back half the material it costs to craft it. The flask will disappear, and of course the materials will be added back under your crafting page of your HUD. Let's talk about one of the other battling buff, and that is ruins. So there are several different ruins, right? Ruins of water 1 through 5, ruins of fire 1 through 5, ruin of earth 1 through 5, ruin of air 1 through 5, ruin of scales 1 through 5, and a ruin of mastery. So the same way that we use the flask, we're going to use the ruin. To use a ruin, make sure that your HUD is attached. You're going to want to res the ruin on the ground. Click the ruin. All right, so you can see that this object has three options: use, craft, and recycle. So the craft, you choose this option when you're going to upgrade from a lower level ruin to a higher level ruin using a blueprint and the Leyline Forge. You can get the blueprint for the higher level ruins from the AP vendor. When you use the craft button, the ruin will disappear upon crafting and you'll be sent the new higher level ruin. Recycle, the same thing. This option, you're going to get back half the material it costs to craft it. The ruin will disappear and the materials will be added back to your crafting page. I'm going to show you how to enable one. We're just going to click use, and you are going to see that the ruin is now listed on your battling page. A ruin is going to last you a total of 10 PvE or PvP battles. And once you have a ruin, you can use it over and over. You cannot change this. Once you've enabled it, you have to use it for the 10 battles. So you can use the lower level ruins to craft a higher level ruin. That's going to give you more of a buff. All right, so our final battle buffs that we're going to talk about are relics. So I've attached my relic from my inventory. This is the Staff of Swiftness. So you just want to add this from your inventory. When you click it, you're going to get two options. Again, the recycle this, you get half the materials back to your materials on the crafting page. For this example, we're going to select use, and you're going to want to wear this in your hand, but now you can see the relic, the swiftness, is listed. A relic will last 10 battles and cannot be switched before it runs out. Once you have a relic, you may use this over and over and over again. So once you've crafted your Staff of Swiftness, you can use it in any battle. So this is how you actually use some of the battle buffs, the ruins, the flask, the relic. In the battling buffs section of the wiki, it will go over in detail what each one of these does. At least now you know how to use these items. Now when I battle, I am going to have a little advantage because I do have these things activated on my battling HUD. I hope this has explained to you how you can actually use these battle buffs. Please check out the wiki for an in-depth explanation on what each one does. I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I hope that you will check out some of my other videos. Make today mystical, everybody.